Hi guys, welcome to Mysterious Universal Chatter. This is Mockingbird coming at you live again. I want to talk to you about the Roswell incident. Why I'm talking about that is because I have these documents in front of me that came to me that they just blow my mind because I don't even know what's accurate and what's not accurate, or you know what I mean. I'll read it to you and then you can figure it out for yourself. Um, let's see. Let's see what we have here. Okay, flying disc information concerning 8th Air Force telephonically advised this office that an object purported to be a flying disc was recovered near Roswell, New Mexico this day. The disc is hexagonal in shape and was suspended from a balloon by cable, which balloon was approximately 20 feet in diameter, and then it blanks out. It doesn't say what else it says there. Further advised that the object found resembles a high-altitude weather balloon with a radar reflector, but that telephonic conversation between their office and Wright Field had not blank borne out this belief. Disc and balloon being transported to Wright Field by special plane for examination. Information provided this office because of national interest in case. In fact, that National Broadcasting Company, Associated Press, and others attempting to break story of location of this today, blank blank, advised would request Wright Field to advise Cincinnati office results of examination. No further investigation being conducted. Now, this is a document that's not it's blacked out. You get this with the Freedom of Information Act, so yeah, you can see what I'm reading, but you can see that it's blacked out, all of it, pretty much. You know, it's got a couple spaces or whatever. Supposedly between the year 1947, there was a total sightings of 122, 12 unidentified. 1948, they're saying there was 156, and there was 7 unidentified. 1949, 186, and 22 were unidentified. 1950, 210, 27 unidentified. 1951, 169, and 22 were unidentified. 1952, 1,501 total sightings, and 303 unidentified. 1953, 509 total sightings, 42 were unidentified. 1954, 487 total sightings, 46 were unidentified. 1955, 545, 24 unidentified. 1956, 670 sightings, and 14 were unidentified. 1957, 1,006, and only 14 were unidentified. 1958, 627, and only 10 were unidentified. 1959, 390, and only 12 were unidentified. 1960, 557 sightings, and 14 were unidentified. 1961, 591 total sightings, and 13 unidentified. 1962, 474, and 15 were unidentified. 1963, 399, and 14 were unidentified. 1964, 562, and 19 were unidentified. 1965, 887 sightings, 16 were unidentified. 1966, 1,112 total sightings, and 32 were unidentified. 1967, 937, and 19 were unidentified. 1968, 375, and 3 were unidentified. 1969, 146 sightings and 1 unidentified. So, Between those years, 1947 and 1969, there were 12,618 total sightings. Unidentified was 701. 701 unidentified. I don't know about that, but okay, we're just going to go with that. Let me see what this one says. I don't even know if this is connected to another paper, so I'm just going to read it, okay, guys? Then you can decipher whatever. While chairman of the Senate Committee on Science, Senator Barry Goldwater asked for information and was told that he was not on a need-to-know basis. This request of Goldwater had to do with an initial announcement from the Air Force that a saucer had crashed and the alien bodies were at that point in time located in a hangar or other building at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base at Daytona, Ohio. Senator Goldwater was refused any information in this matter, along with not being allowed to personally look inside of the alleged building. Before taking office as president, Jimmy Carter announced to the public that if elected, he would give the American people the government's information about UFOs. This did not happen, and Mr. Carter was given a complete runaround. And I could tell more about this because I was contacted by the Pentagon on the matter. And then that whole paragraph is blacked out. After I read that, the whole paragraph is blacked out, so that I can't even read what it says there, guys. So I'm just letting you know that. The new Project Blue Book has 148 present and or former Air Force, NASA, and intelligence gathering agency personnel, among others acting as advisor consultants to PBB anonymously. These are persons who, for the most part, have or had been actively engaged in early UFO reports for their respective agencies and who are still muchly interested. So with this brief background on information about me and about government participation, the challenge I have mentioned would be to have you make inquiries at the highest level of official dom, it looks like, about what our government really knows, whether or not there are alien bodies located anywhere. What happened to the crash flying saucers? Where are the photos taken by the Air Force personnel to onboard gun cameras and similar questioning? I am positive you would find that even you would be getting a general runaround and could not receive satisfactory answers to the above. I think you will find that you are not receiving all the information you should be receiving, and which should be very evident to you. After making several inquiries, you may tend to drop this matter, thinking you are receiving answers to your questions, but this will not be the case, I assure you. So, I don't know, but that's what's on that page. So, I'm kind of just like glancing through this and giving you a brief of what it's saying. Because the subject was the Project Blue Book. I know these papers are so old, man. This is like from 2015, 2016 when I got this, and I just had to read it and absorb it, and I didn't even know if I wanted to read it on here, but I guess I can because it's, you know, it's not classified. So, Mr. Sessions. This is another one. Ms. Sessions, I will not take more of your time in this matter, but if you are interested, I would appreciate your looking into the matter. You may wish to appoint one of your office personnel to start making inquiries about UFOs in general and see which agencies to which you would be directed. Keep in mind, however, that some present office personnel in the other agencies may not know what you would be inquiring about and will tell you that the Air Force Project Blue Book closed its doors in 1969 and that the Air Force no longer investigates UFO sighting reports. This I already know. The important key is to go beyond the Air Force and into the other agencies such as the Office of Defense, the CIA, etc. President Bush, when asked about UFOs, told the person asking, "You do not know the half of it." As you know, President Bush was formerly with the CIA. His comments are on tape, by the way. Well, I think this should suffice for this time. I appreciate your patience in reading this letter, and should you desire any additional information, please do not hesitate to let me know. I would like very much to work through you and with you to endeavor to bring the matter of UFOs to a conclusion, if that conclusion is an honest one. I hope you had a nice visit with your dad and come back for a visit again soon. Very sincerely. And then it doesn't even give the name at the end. It's all blacked out, as you can see. Once again, see it? I hope you can. I'm going to turn it this way so you can really look at it. Okay, so pretty much it's all blacked out, guys. So I just wanted to show you that one. And this one's like, I don't even know what this is. It's like blacked out too. It says blank, 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 who is not identifiable. In Buff Files, writes to the director of referencing what appears to be a brief phone conversation he had with the director while the director was visiting his father in Fort Smith. He says he wants to discuss UFOs and the role of U.S. government participation in particulars, and he indicates the director, blank, blank, interested and suggested he write to him, blank, 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 blank. He asked the director if he would make inquiries at the highest levels of government about what our government really knows about UFOs, whether or not there are alien bodies located anywhere, what happened to the crash flying sources, where are the photos taken by Air Force personnel through onboard gun cameras, and similar questioning. Above response reviewed by SSA, Violent Crimes Unit, CID, substance to paragraphs 2 and 3 of response previously provided to other inquiries on investigation of UFOs. There's that one. Just showing you what I'm reading. So you can see how it's blanked out, so you really can't finish the thought or the sentence. They kind of cut you off. Okay, this one just says somebody else, I guess, that was inquiring. This office recently received a public inquiry regarding UFOs referred to us from the Bureau. As the enclosed fact sheet indicates, the Air Force Project Blue Book investigation of UFOs was terminated December 17th, 1969. No related documentation was turned over to the National Archives and Records Service. The inquiries referred to us have been apprised of these events. Hopefully, the enclosed fact sheet will be of help in responding to any further inquiries on this subject. And there you go. That's that. So this is all, what you call it. It's not, this is all from the Freedom of Information Act. You can get this. And kind of tells you, I mean, like, it depends on how deep you really want to look. I mean, you want to go down that rabbit hole, that's all. Does it mean that, I don't know if it means, I don't know what it means, to be honest with you. Like, in some instances, it's like they're trying to say, you know, it didn't happen, or, you know, so, let's see. I have received your July 24th letter in which you asked for my help in securing information relative to the investigations of unidentified flying objects sightings. I have discussed your request with my colleagues, and I would first like to explain that the investigation of UFOs is not now, nor has it ever been, the responsibility of the FBI. The Department of Air Force conducted investigations and studies of UFO reports from 1947 to 1969. On December 17, 1969, the Secretary of the Air Force announced the termination of the Project Blue Book, and the Air Force has furnished all documents regarding its investigation to the UFO to the Modern Military Branch, National Archives and Records Administration, 8th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. 20408. I understand this data is available for public review and analysis. You may wish to make an inquiry of the Modern Military Branch for the answers to some of your questions. Also, of possible interest, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration was asked by President Carter to look into the possibility of resuming UFO investigations in 1977. After studying all the facts available, it decided that nothing would be gained by further investigation, and the Department of the Air Force agreed with that decision. You may also want to check with the National Aeronautics and Space Administration in connection with your research. I am not aware of any federal agency tasked with the responsibility of investigating UFOs and hope this information will be of help to you and your organization. It's another one. As you can see it. Trying to make sure you can see it. Okay, so I'm bringing you this because I want you to know that I am really diving into this and trying to see what I can find out. I mean, as far as, you know, strange things and, you know, these unidentified flying objects. And I mean, I believe people when they say they see stuff. I mean, these are people that are, you know, quality people that, you know, have no other reason to get on and say, hey, you know, this is what I saw. Or, and it's, I mean, these people cannot be lying. I mean, you're like these are qualified military and I mean, police officers and business people. And I mean, you got so many people that seen so many things that it's like, but there's no answers. Like, how can there be no answers? I mean, no matter where you go, it's like hitting a brick wall. Like, you're not meant to know these things, you know? Like, this is not, like, this is where it shuts off. You know what I mean? And I found, like, some MUFON things from, like, these books here. Okay, this comes from MUFON, too. And, I mean, I even joined them, like, in 2015, trying to figure out, you know, about this stuff here personally, about, the spaceships that people are seeing and, you know, the ships in the sky that, you know, go phenomenal speeds and there's no explanation for it. Or like the tic-tac ones and the round ones and the hexagonal ones and the, you know, the triangle ones. And like, I mean, there are too many people saying that they've seen this, but I mean, is everybody lying? I mean, this one says entities in my backyard. Case number 67435 with MUFON. So, I don't know. I don't know, guys. So I'm bringing this to you. And, you know, this is some interesting stuff, guys. If you really dig deep and you start looking into it, it's like, it'll blow your mind. Like, how many people out there that are actually professional people that have seen this and have been just, like, pushed away and said, no, you didn't see this, you know? And I don't know what to think about that. Like, I mean, if you guys can, you know, subscribe, like this channel, get me out there, and leave some comments so I can respond to you. And if you know anything and you want to share, by all means share. I know some stuff we gotta be careful with, and like, you know, if it's classified, I don't want to know about it. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to know about, like, the Sakura footage that was from 1964. This one right there. And I think that was about that police officer that happened to him, that he ended up retiring. I'm pretty sure. You know, how do you face something like that? Like, what do you do with that information? Like, when you find out that it's real and there's really something out there, I can't imagine just regular people being like, oh my God, this can't be real. Like, I mean, the horror you must feel, you know? I don't know. So, I just want to make it an open forum where you can talk to me about it and not be nervous or or scared to speak up or speak out. I mean, by now, I mean, everybody's speaking up about it. I mean, here's another one. So you can see that. So it's all about, you know, what's really going on out there. So I'll read some of these stories to you in here too, so you can see what I'm talking about. Right now, this is more like, look at this one. This one's cray-cray. Okay, so this one says, Long Island UFO Triangle, Devils in the Details. Look at that. That's really interesting, isn't it? It's like, and the person says, everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm a messenger. Extraterrestrials are here. I think it's Al Gallant. That's the name underneath it. So, yeah. So, you know, like you said, there's people that have really seen things that you just don't know what to do about it. Like, do you believe it? Do you not believe it? I mean, what if you've seen it with your own eyes? What do you do then? Do you ignore it? Do you address it? Well, I guess you really can't hide from them, can you? If they have all these abilities that they're saying they have, you know, coming through walls and coming through windows, and whether they're locked or not locked, they can just come right in. Like, it's a whole different dimension or something like that. Like, they could be coming from different dimensions, or, you know, I don't know. But I hope somebody gets on here and talks to me about this, because I'm a little stumped. That's why I came back on, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it, because you don't know what's true and what's not true, you know what I mean? Like, the whole reality gets turned upside down, and it's like you see the lights, you see them, and it's like, what is this? You know, the planes, like, military people, they know their planes, you know, especially pilots, they know what kind of planes are in the air. So when they say they've seen something that is not from us, you know, as a nation, like, that's got to blow your mind. Like, what are they? Where they come from? Who are they? What do they want with us? I mean, why are they here? I mean, these are questions that I have when people tell me this, and, you know, I wonder, what is it that we have that they need or want from us, you know? Like, because obviously, I mean, if they are slipping through dimensions, I mean, then they could equally, that means that they wouldn't go by our physics here, you know? They can do things that would be extraordinary to us, you know? So, if you guys know anything like that, let me know, and I'm going to come back and get some of these ones that I have here, and bring out some of these stories, because they're really interesting. I mean, I've been reading up on them, and they're a lot, but, I mean, wow, talk about mind blown. I mean, I don't know if any of you's ever experienced lights or things that you can't explain, but if you have, please let me know, because this is a rabbit hole that's, you know, pretty interesting, and I just know that there's a lot more people out there that don't speak up about it, you know what I mean? So, Pine Bush, New York, revisited after new UFO claims. See, it's all over the place. It's like, if I could pick up every one and it's in a different area, you know. Remote Canadian site. American hunters encounter multiple dumbbell UFOs. I mean, I could just keep going. Witness ponders sighting facts, wanting answers. I don't know, I guess we all got to make up our minds on what we believe and what we don't believe, you know. And to me, I mean, to believe that we're alone in this great big universe of ours is just crazy. I couldn't even think like that because, you know, there's got to be something else besides us, you know. I mean, believe me, we are not the only thing out there. There are a lot more things that we don't understand that are out there. And, I mean, I know people are scared of it and don't understand it or whatever, but I know it exists. So if you feel like, you know, people are always telling you you're crazy and stuff like that, you come right here and talk to me. I mean, I would really love to hear from you guys out there and see if we're on the same page here, because, like, I question it too, just like you and anybody else, you know. You got to question it, because that's the only way to keep your sanity, is to figure out, is it real? Is it mass hallucination like they say? But I don't know, man. How can 12 people see the same thing and have the same exact experience and then be told that it's a mass hallucination? You know, I mean, and what would make such a mass hallucination? How was that even created? Like, I don't know. But a long time ago, somebody told me about a black triangle they seen in New York. I mean, years ago. Like, years. I mean, so I don't know. You're talking over 30 years ago, almost. I mean, and I believed it because, I mean, they were adamant and, like, it was for real. Like, for real, for real. Like, they said a big old black triangle just came right over their neighborhood. Yeah. But, like, if you don't look up, you don't see it, right? So, I don't know. So, I just wanted to get that out to you guys. I appreciate you once again coming and listening to me, and you know, give me some feedback, man. I mean, let me see. So all I ask is that you subscribe, like, you know, send it to somebody else, you know, so I can make this channel happen, because I really want to dig into this more and go through these magazines and check these stories out here, because they're very interesting, and get some of this information out there and see if anybody knows what I'm talking about. So once again, you guys have a blessed night, and I appreciate you.